I then told her how I felt. Sorry isn't enough. If she wants this relationship, she needs to prove it to me. Welcome back to They Did What? Your source for the internet's craziest, most entertaining stories, where I go over them, analyze them, and most certainly make fun of them. Today, your story titled, My Girlfriend Just Broke Up With Me Because of Her Work Friends. And guys, this story truly is one of those where a guy goes from beta to boss, like that. You're going to see that he's been with his girl for 5 years now, technically 7, but exclusive for 5 years. He's literally days away from proposing to her, but lately she's been acting different. How, you may ask? Well, it turns out it seems like his girlfriend is a very good-looking girl, probably based on his description at bare minimum an 8, but probably a 9 or a 10. And lately she's been acting kind of strange, saying things about her work friends, saying that she could do better than him and blah, 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 causing a lot of turmoil to this good guy. And you're going to see also this guy definitely has made the mistake of putting her on the pedestal and all that, which gives her that level of certainty and leverage in the relationship. And ultimately, like the title says, she breaks up with him. However, let me tell you, in that instant, he goes to boss mode, and she never sees it coming. And there are a lot of little surprises and things he does that just floor her, as well as me when I read this story. And basically, guys, important themes of this story. Again, you always pay attention to who her friends and coworkers are, because they can have a major influence on her. How you don't go around with the attitude that your girl or girls are out of your league, because then they'll then act like they're out of your league. Understandably, if you base a gal, if she thinks her value is based on her looks alone, they're going to decline in time. But if a guy is driven and successful, he is an appreciating asset, but she, based on her looks, because that's what she values herself, is a depreciating asset, because those looks will fade over time. And how the power of walking away is just amazing when it comes to women. But anyhow, don't want to say too much. And by the way, I could have easily done this story on SSM, but I thought it'd be a good one over here since it was a story that was posted online. So, it says here, I've been with my girl exclusively for 5 years, but on and off for 2 years before. A lot of my firsts have happened with her. Well, I'm sure we know what that means. We went to each other's prom and school dances. We support each other through tough times. I know Kate is out of my league. Smack! And I did all I could to make her feel safe and secure. I'm in love with her and wanted a future with her. So in that paragraph there, if you're paying attention, that really sums up everything. Right there. I know she's out of my league. No guy should go around with the attitude that a woman is out of his league. And usually, given that he's 24 years old, that's no doubt based on her looks. Okay? Again, those looks are going to fade. But you go around with a girl who's out of your league, you're going to communicate that in the way you behave around her, talk, body language, everything. And women don't respect guys that put them on a pedestal. He also said, I did everything I could to make her feel safe and secure. When a guy makes a woman feel too safe with him, like I'm never going anywhere, honey, I'll be there no matter what, that could lead to bullshit. A woman has to know that if she pushes a guy too far, he's going to walk. The only way they're going to respect you, truly. I know I'm talking a lot, but there's a lot to teach in this video. Usually they're more entertaining stories, but there's entertainment and lessons in this story. It says here, I went off to college and got a double major, and Kate went to cosmetology school. We were planning to move in with each other in a few months, and we talked about marriage and children. For the last couple months, she kept making comments like, now listen to this, my coworkers keep asking why I'm with you. Such and such thinks you're not in my league. My coworkers want me to hang out with them and meet new people. Well, my response would be, number one, tell your coworkers to mind their own business and to F off. And then I'd say, but I don't want to hear about them. The fact that you're telling me this says something bigger. So you tell me what's on your mind. And she'd be like, oh, no, it's nothing. No. We're going to have a talk right now. Because you're bringing this up, which clearly is going to be upsetting to me. Shows that you don't give a shit. We're going to have this conversation. Because if you think that I'm not good enough for you or something like that, okay, let's part ways now. And I can certainly find somebody better. Watch how she'd respond to that. But it ain't just her friends. Guaranteed. Every time I would ask Kate what she thought, she always said that she loves me and ignores the comments. Bullshit, because you're bringing it up. Then tells them to stop. but they kept seeing these comments made by her coworkers. We always had open communication, talked things out. We haven't had any major issues. We argue over little things, such as movies and TV, anime shows, food, etc. We don't hide anything. So you think. These comments started when she got the job at the salon. She works with all women. She did not cheat or anything, no emotional affairs, no hiding locations, no secret social media. So you think, brother, I hope that's the case, I really do, but how do you know? How many guys feel so secure in their relationships and they find out what they find out in all these stories I cover? The other night we had a nice date, had a good after date. When I dropped her off at her place, she commented that she was having doubts about our relationship and wanted to break up. There you go. Having doubts. Well, no shit. You expressed you're having doubts by talking about your friends and coworkers, saying that you could do better. I was excuse me. I was super confused and didn't say anything. I slowly walked away. Good. That's how you handle it. You don't cry like a baby or give her any satisfaction. You walk. It's the most powerful thing you can do. I know it was because of her coworkers, the comments they were making and pushing her to leave me. She said so in a message. So she's blaming it on the coworkers. I'm sure the coworkers are part of this, but really at the end of the day, if she really was in love with this guy and thought he was amazing, no, this has to do with her. She's just blaming them. Less than 4 hours later, she started calling me and texting me saying she was sorry, that she didn't mean it, that she loves me and was stupid for what she said, listening to her new friends. She was going to quit and find a different job, stop talking to her friends and coworkers. Too late, honey. The deed has been done. Look what happened when he walked away and didn't give her any drama, didn't plead or cry or anything like that. He shocked her. But she's shown her true colors right then and there. Probably hit her, oh my God, I'm really going to lose this guy. This guy who's doing well for himself because she works in a salon, and there's nothing wrong with that. But you see, her earning potential isn't too great over time. She'll make more money as inflation continues. Obviously, she'll get more dollars, but her earning potential is pretty much going to be the same always. Well, he has a potential to have promotions and other things like that. And unless she opens her own salon, she's going to be making the same thing ever. So it's in our interest to be with a guy like that who has a greater earning potential over time. But no, she's 23, she's hot. I can get any guy. Now it hit her. Says here, I've not responded to anyone. I'm conflicted. I do love her. I have a ring being made for her. Money saved for a house for both of us. We share 85% of our friend groups. The rest are from our jobs. Most of our shared friends have now heard about the breakup and seem just as confused as me. From some of the messages I received, it looks like she told them the truth. That her coworkers started to give her insecurities about our relationship, and she stupidly went with it. Her parents tried to reach out to me asking what happened. We're very close. I've been radio silent. Luckily, I can work remotely. I left my apartment yesterday with my laptop and found a nice place with good internet to still do my job. I feel lost. I don't know what I did. I don't know how to feel. I need advice and suggestions. So before I continue on, here's my advice. Move on. As much as it hurts you, as much as she's been a part of your life for all these years, she showed through her actions who she is. And again, look, I do think that the coworkers, there's some truth to that. But really, if she really loved the guy, they wouldn't have had that influence on her as much. Sure, other women can have influence on other women, but you get my point. She's just using that as an excuse to blame them. The whole women and accountability thing. It's convenient to blame them now that he walked away. Because I guarantee you, she never expected him to walk away. She expected him to probably cry and all that. No. He handled it right. Like I told you, baited a boss like that. And we're just getting started on how he handles it. But, and also, let's just say it was her friends that brought this on. This shows how easily susceptible she is to outside influence that can bring drama and turmoil into his life. Is that someone you want to be with, let alone engage to or marry? I don't think so. Now, he says here, does a couple quick little updates, and then we get to the official part 2. As a quick update, he said, after I posted, my boss sent me an urgent message asking if we could do a Zoom meeting. I accepted. When his picture came up, there were 2 cops behind him. Holy crap. Apparently someone, and they wouldn't say who, asked them to do a wellness check on me. They tried my apartment and no one was there. Then my work. I was not there. My boss knew I was actively working remotely and called me. I had explained that I was alright, just had my phone off due to drama. I'm also supposed to go to her parents' house tonight. Good Lord. You know darn well that was her. She's having a meltdown because he disappeared on her, so she calls the police. The guy just needs some freaking space, for God's sakes. I would be like, officers, and to the boss, please tell all those people I'm fine. Now leave me the hell alone. I'd say, officers, how many of you guys been dumped by some pretty girl in your life? And they'd be like, oh yeah, I understand. That's what's going on. Another update. He says here, we did have a meeting last night. No, we did not have a meeting last night. I rescheduled it for tonight. Life also has a way of kicking you when you are down. As I was going through my missed calls last night, I got a voicemail saying that my ring would be ready to pick up today. God, he spent all that money on the wedding ring, engagement ring, and now obviously he doesn't need it. I also want to apologize for my spelling and grammar mistakes. Whatever, dude. We don't care. Now on to the official update. It says here, my long-term girlfriend just broke up with me, blah, blah, blah. She thought I was not good enough for her and out of her league. Thank you for all the messages and comments. It has been an emotionally draining few weeks. On Friday, I cleared all my voicemail and texts. I ended up with 61 missed calls, 4 from the cops, 14 voicemails, and 417 text messages. 417? How much do you want to bet 300 was from her? Now, that's nice he has people that care about him, but good Lord. I sent a generalized message to those who reached out, stating that I was okay and safe. All well as needed time and space while I work out some personal issues. I picked up the ring since it was already paid for. Then I put it in a box that I made for it. I did go to her parents' house. As soon as I pulled up, Kate opened the door and ran out. She had been crying. Of course she had. I'm sure she was fine. Saw his car pull up. She immediately initiated the waterworks, as girls can do. Then went out to him. Face looking ridiculous, crying. She wanted to give me a hug, and I accepted, but it wasn't how I usually hug. She then tried to kiss me, and I moved my head and backed up. Whatever he had for her died like that in an instant. We went in and sat down. We sat for about 10 minutes, not saying anything. She started crying again and said she was sorry. Hey, that's very nice that you're sorry, but what's done is done. I just responded with, okay. I asked her what she told everyone. She said the truth. I asked her why the cops were called to check on me. She explained that she didn't call them after her friends found out they tried reaching out. After none of them had heard from me in over 24 hours, they decided to call in a wellness check. Kate used the word catatonic to describe me while and after I walked away. Well, you just broke up with him and you just crushed his heart after him being with you for 5 years and he's about to propose to you. So you can't blame him for being a little off, catatonic as she described it, and walked away. I took a bunch of the questions that you guys posted. I asked her, why did she break up with me? You're never going to get a 100% truthful answer. She didn't give me a straight answer, what'd I just say? Something about people who are constantly talking bad about me and playing on her insecurities. So it's all on them. It's not her fault. Oh, no. If it wasn't for them, we'd still be together and happy. Bullshit. You're a grown-ass woman. Accept blame for your actions. And if I'm him, I'm thinking this is just reinforcing why I'm done with her. I don't want someone like this as a wife. I asked her why she kept letting that happen and not put a stop to it by setting clear boundaries. She said that she tried and would work for a day, but it would go back to the next. I think there's some truth that they were saying some things, but at the end of the day, she could have stopped it. She could have handled it. I asked if she saw value in me as a person or in our relationship, and she said that she sees both. I asked why she would break up over something a random stranger had said about me, and she said that she was sorry and it was a dumb mistake. And he says, I'm paraphrasing here. I asked her, how did they know about me or our relationship, and how much did you? How much they talked about me? She said the ladies at the salon overheard Kate talk to some of her friends or customers while she was working about me. Things like we did, like dates, birthday parties, etc. Now, I do think there is some truth to the whole girls, her coworker saying things. Now, let's remember, guys, you pay attention to who your girl hangs out with, coworkers and all that, because they're going to influence her. But also, you can have a lot of gals that they see a girl who's in a relationship, seemingly happy and all that, but they're alone and they got nothing going on. There are women out there that will try to sabotage that. And there are also guys that will try to sabotage happy guys. It goes both ways. And I've done a lot of stories when these girls' so-called friends or coworkers deliberately manipulate the girl, put them in situations, get them drunk, whatever, to try to derail their relationships because they then want to, because misery loves company. So I can believe that's possible. But still, I think at the end of the day, deep down, she was feeling it too. She felt she could do better because she's pretty, she's 23 years old, that type of thing. No excuse. Did she believe her coworkers were right? And she said no. I then followed with why. She then again said she did not know. What are you, 5 years old? I don't know. Kid gets in trouble. Kid does something stupid. He said, why'd you do that? I don't know. But, I compare a lot of gals to children. I asked her if there was someone else. She immediately said no. And she's never cheated or been tempted to. She offered me her phone, which I declined. Well, whoopee, she could have easily wiped her phone of any evidence. I then told her how I felt. Sorry isn't enough. If she wants this relationship, she needs to prove it to me. There you go. That's some pussy control. Woman, you're going to prove it to me now. Now I'm out of your league. I didn't care that her coworkers kept talking about us. It's that you listened. It isn't what they said that hurts. It's the fact that you kept listening to that and repeating it back to me. She didn't try... Sorry, guys. It's killing me this morning. She didn't try hard enough to stop them. It makes me feel like she had to feel the same way to an extent. That is what hurt and damaged the relationship. That her insecurities are what broke my trust. I will now always think this might happen again. She'll run off at the next opportunity. Exactly. Look how she behaved there. Why would he want to marry someone that proved her ways there? I mean, this guy obviously has been great to her and all that, but clearly that didn't matter. She asked me why I just walked away. I told her at that moment, just 2 sentences broke me and made me rethink my life up to that point and the future I was planning with us together. I was growing and making moves for that future, and she started crying harder, and I felt bad. Of course, the waterworks. The next thing I did regret. I asked her if she knew I was going to propose soon, and she said no. I pulled out and showed her the box. I made the box as well. It has 2 buttons, one that says yes and the other one that says no. It has lights that will say, will you be my life partner? Life partner? Smack. Woke jackass. How about wife? What's wrong with that? I set it on the table and pressed yes. The box opened and then she started to cry even harder. The ring is both of our birthstones that form the shape of a completed heart with small diamonds surrounding it. Laser engraved initials and date of our anniversary. I had it made so that it could be added on to if and when we had kids. Man, talk about rubbing salt in the wound. By the way, here's the engagement ring I was going to get for you. Isn't this nice? Ah! Yeah, that's what you could have had, honey. Her parents were there, but were more there just to make sure things kept civil. What do her parents expect them to start smashing each other's heads with chairs over this? Good Lord. Her parents obviously know him. Her mom was crying and her dad looked pissed off, but not at me. They both made comments about the ring and box. So he's saying all this and the parents are sitting over there in the corner? What the hell? I told her that the future I'd planned was not going to happen anymore. Ah! We need to give each other some space. At least 3 months of no communication. We need to go take a step back and look at who we are and what we want going forward. After that, we will see where we are at, but this is on my terms and timeline. Damn, beta the boss, what I tell you. Now, in my opinion, I definitely think in 3 months he's going to realize, you know what, I can do a hell of a lot better because I'm a guy on the rise. The guy had a double major. He has a job that he can obviously work remotely. I just get the feeling he's somewhere in tech, and right now tech is being disrupted by layoffs, but long-term, tech's always going to be successful. So, the sky's the limit for him. But for her, again, she has a limited earning potential working in a salon, unless she gets her own salon or partners up with somebody. And her looks are going to fade over time, so he's the real prize here. I can't return the ring, so I don't know what to do with it yet. I might end up just giving it to her if things don't work out, after 3 months or longer. No, don't give it to her. She said that most of her shared friends told her off and blocked her. Her parents are pissed at her, and her little sister hasn't talked to her since the first night. Well, there you go. I said I'm sorry, but actions have consequences. Good for him. Well, pretty girls seem to think they don't have to ever account for any of their actions. I wished her the best. I thanked her parents for all they've done for me and hugged them. I knocked on her little sister's door. I've known her all my life and thanked her as well. I hugged her and left. I have... Excuse me. This is what happens when I film in the morning. I have 4 months left in my lease. I'm thinking of possibly moving when it expires. Tonight I'm hanging out with my good friend Mr. Johnny Walker, just for tonight, and I'll get my life going again tomorrow. I don't know if there will be another update or not. So that ends his story, and I certainly hope there's an update to find out what he does. But like I said at the beginning, beta to boss. And it's unfortunate it happened to him. This guy obviously is a good guy. And she completely underestimated him. But good for him. So again, the lessons, women and accountability. She blamed it all on her friends. Still, the power of friends and coworkers way can influence a woman. And I gotta tell you, I would have no respect for a gal who blamed it all on somebody else. That could be, if she was influenced by somebody else and it impacted me, I'd lose all respect for her, saying you're that weak, you're that much of a freaking sheep that you can let others influence you. That impacted my life. No. I have no respect for you. We're freaking done, amongst many other things. And also, guys, the power of walking away. It's amazing what that will do in a woman, because most guys won't do that. Girl will break up with them or something will happen. They'll cry and beg and get on their knees and all that bullshit. You walk away, move on, and they don't know where they stand with you. Because women complain, they say women complain that they hate uncertainty. But the reality is they're attracted to it and they're drawn to it. Bad boys give them uncertainty. Nice guys give him certainty. And up to this point, to the breakup, he always gave her certainty because he said it always made her feel secure and all that. Sadly, you can't do that. You can't let him feel 100% secure. Otherwise, you'll be mistreated and taken advantage of and neglected. But when a girl knows you'll walk away if she crosses you, different ballgame. All right, guys, that is it for today. Be sure to comment down below and what you think about this. Let me know what you think about this guy's move. That was a very good one here. And be sure to like the video, share it with your friends, and subscribe. I'll catch you next time.